Thank you, and I'll be brief. So much has been said, and I also want to give my thanks for Media Matters and for the Hispanic Caucus. You know, we have meetings here weekly in this very room, and I can't tell you how heart-wrenching it's been in the last 6 years to see just the increase of discrimination, of xenophobic behavior, and just members of Congress being affected by what all of you have just seen. Over time, they also believe this. It got so bad, I think 2 years ago, that we actually went on the show, so to speak, out in the communities and had to debate members of Congress on the health subcommittee to tell them why they were wrong in implementing regulations that somehow would penalize our hospitals and healthcare services to U.S. citizens. In fact, these policies that this administration has been putting forth now require for you to show some form of citizenship before you can receive services. Now, let me tell you what we found. There was a study done. We actually found that the majority of people that were being left out of health care were actually U.S. citizens who could not acquire a passport or go down and pick up a driver's license or any form of registration so they could show proof of their residency. And those people affected were poor whites, Anglos, and African American. They weren't Latinos or immigrants, so to speak, undocumented immigrants. In fact, it's true that immigrants underutilize the healthcare service. That's what we found. And in many cases, if they have to use emergency services, it's such so late in the process that after 24 hours, they're usually discharged. They don't stay in those hospitals. And we have, through many states like California, provided a safety net so that when that does happen, our hospitals won't go broke. Because we understand that if someone gets ill or has a communicable disease, that if we don't take care of it, that disease is going to spread. It doesn't discriminate against an illegal alien or a U.S. citizen. And we've been trying to drive that message home to members of Congress. So I'm relieved, so to speak, to see that this information is coming out. But I think we have a lot of work to do. And I know all of you here will help us play a role in that. You know, a year ago or two, we had a meeting in this very room with Lou Dobbs, the members of the Hispanic Caucus. And we challenged him then to show a more positive light of our community, but he apparently didn't take us up on it. And it's a fact that there are many Latinos who have served this country greatly, and they do it every single day, whether it's in a restaurant, whether it's working in the U.S. Capitol here, or whether they're serving us in the military in Iraq and Iran. Iraq and Afghanistan, forgive me. I want to just say that many of our fallen soldiers, including one in my own district, was a green card soldier, 21 years of age. Parents are not citizens. First and only son lost his life defending this country because he wanted to have a career here, becoming a police officer after serving the Marines. Went through our school system, was brought here as a child, maybe 6 months old, and was an outstanding student at his high school. Then goes to serve us, thinking he's doing the best thing he could do, standing up for freedom in our country and the values that we all care about. And when he was killed and sent back home, he had no opportunity, or his family didn't have any opportunity to collect any benefits. And so we have to change the laws to take care of everybody. And we are moving very incrementally, but we need to go faster. And I think that this is wonderful. It's appropriate that we're getting this information. Now we just have to make sure that it gets into the right hands, to the public policymakers that occupy this building as well as the Senate. And I would just say to our leaders, our presidential candidates, they need to read this literature here too. So with that, I would just say thank you. I want to applaud the organization Media Matters and thank our members of Congress and our advocacy groups, because I know at a discussion that I've had with National Council of La Raza, Janet Murguio, she put a call out there to the public saying we all have to be responsible as well and make the cable companies accountable. And I believe that she's right. So I'm happy to be a part of this team. Thank you.